Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I asked you guys a few weeks ago what types of videos you would like to see, and it felt like they all were about the same, and that was about kind of my success on Weight Watchers. And then I had people suggesting other things that all really kind of tied in to Weight Watchers in general. So I just made it a whole series. So this series is going to be, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it yet, but you'll see in the title, something like Tips for Weight Watchers Success, something like that. So I have the videos I'm going to be doing is this first one just going to be kind of general tips, especially if you are an online member only like myself. My pantry essentials, my kitchen essentials, my refrigerator and freezer essentials. So those are some of the things that kind of popped out that people were asking for. So I'm just making it all into one series that right now is just 4 videos and maybe more as we go along. So this first video again is going to be my tips for success on Weight Watchers and also if you are an online member. So my first tip is, and there's 12 of them, I'm sorry guys, I tried to kind of keep it, as short, but I really could not. I mean, I know people are like, oh, my top 10 tips, my top 5 tips. These are my top 12 tips. That's just what it came out when I was kind of listing them all out. My first tip definitely is probably the most important, maybe for me because of the type of person I am. You guys know I'm a planner, I have to be organized, and so maybe that's why I feel like this is an important tip, but I really do feel like it's an important tip. But anyway, so first tip I have is do a little bit of research. So go on to the Weight Watchers website. If you've never done Weight Watchers before, if it's been years and years since you've done Weight Watchers, I highly suggest before you sign on and pay that money that you read about the program. So visit Weight Watchers website or talk to people who are on Weight Watchers currently or watch some videos. Just be a little bit prepared and understand the program before you start. I think, it's just important to kind of know what you're getting into. And tip number 2 is take advantage of the tools that Weight Watchers provides you. So this is especially important if you're an online member because you're not going to have a meeting to go to be able to ask a leader or to ask fellow Weight Watcher people. So take advantage of the tools. They give you, you can go on the website. There's, you can do the tracker on the website. There's a recipe builder on the website. There's the Ask the Expert, which I have used a few times, which I always forget about, but it is a great tool. And those are actual people who have been on Weight Watchers that will find the answers for you. And if they can't get them for you right at that moment, they will try to find them for you. You can get the app, and through the app you can get on Connect, which is kind of like, I kind of look at it kind of like an Instagram for Weight Watchers. I myself have not utilized Connect. I'm part of Connect, but I have not utilized it mainly because I have YouTube and I have Instagram. So for me, it's just, that's too much, especially with my real life and job and kids and family and all that stuff. But use the tools that are in front of you, especially, like I said, especially if you're an online member, you need to be able to use all those tools. You can do the recipe builder on your phone. I do that sometimes, or through if you have an iPad or tablet, you can do all of those there as well. The third tip is find support. So wherever you can find it. Do you have coworkers that also do Weight Watchers? Fortunately, I do have a couple. Do you have friends or family and they don't even have to be doing Weight Watchers. If they just know that you are making this commitment to a healthier lifestyle, just get that support. And if you do need somebody who is also on Weight Watchers for that support, that's what we're here for. YouTube, Instagram, Connect. We are all here. There's always so many other people that you can reach out to. And this community, I have to tell you guys, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's on Instagram, I'm sure it's the same on Connect, it is the most supportive, welcoming, loving, beautiful community that you could be part of. Nobody judges. No, it is, I mean, once you start to get comfortable with these people, you can tell them, I had a total binge and I ate 50 points over the weekend, and you can just be upset about it. They're not going to judge you. They're going to tell you, that's okay. You tracked it, get back up, get back up. It's another day, it's another meal, whatever, but they never judge you. They don't put you down. It is just the most beautiful community. So take advantage of it. They're here for you. We're all here for you. So I honestly can tell you guys, I wouldn't have been here this long without all of you. It is so important to have support to be successful. Tip number 4 is to learn how to use your points so the program works for you. It is really easy to get caught up in someone else's journey. Again, I just got done telling you, follow all these people on Instagram or YouTube. Sure, follow along to get some ideas to see how they work the program, but you have to understand too that everyone is different. It may not fit into your lifestyle. It may not fit with your body. Every body is different. But what's so great about Weight Watchers is it is made to work with your lifestyle. So if you were already kind of a lower carb eater, eat low carb, no big deal. You can do that on Weight Watchers. You don't like to eat breakfast, don't eat breakfast just because every other person you watch says breakfast is key, breakfast is the most important meal in the day. It may not be the most important meal of the day for you. You just may not want to eat breakfast. If you're not hungry, don't eat. That's the thing. You need to just make Weight Watchers work for you. But you really need to learn how to use the points to make the program work for you. So in the beginning, what I found it easy for me, since I had never done this type of point system before, I would just take my points. And at that point, when I first started, I want to say I had 36 points, I think, when I very first 36 or 38, something like that. And I split them between, and at that point I didn't snack because I didn't feel like, I felt like that was one of my issues, was I snacked too much. I mean, I learned along the way that that was wrong, but I would take my however many points, divide it by 3, and I had X amount of points for each meal. That was just the way I did it in the beginning. It just helped me kind of look at what I had. So you just have to do what works for you. Some people use their weeklies, some don't. I do sometimes use my weeklies, but I found throughout the week it doesn't work for me to use my weeklies throughout the week. I save them for 1 or 2 days of the weekend, and that's it. Don't use them at all throughout the rest of the week, but they're there if I need them. But other people say that they found when they use all their weeklies and their dailies every day, they lose weight. So it just really depends on your activity level, depends on your body, your metabolism. No one can tell you what works well for you but you. So it's just a lot of trial and error. Just practice using your weeklies. Don't use your weeklies. Just practice. That's all you have to do. That's what's so great about Weight Watchers, is it fits with what you need to do. Number 5, don't force yourself to eat something you don't like. Again, you don't want to eat breakfast, don't eat breakfast. You don't like vegetables, you know, I'm not going to say don't eat your vegetables, but I feel like there's one thing out there that people would like. So if you only like carrots, you only like cucumbers, but you just can't stomach spinach, or I don't like cooked spinach at all. Like, I can barely stomach it to cook it into my eggs, and I do like it like that sometimes, but I mean, it has to be, I put them in there like right at the end where there's just a little bit wilted, but when it's completely cooked, do not like that. I don't like cooked spinach, never have. But I do like it raw, but I have to tell you, in the beginning, I was very hesitant to even try spinach because I knew I didn't like it. Well, I always thought I didn't like it because the only way I ever had it prepared for me as a child, or even when I was older, was cooked. And so I finally tried it raw, and I love it. I love spinach. So I also like it in smoothies. So you just have to try things. Just try things and try them a different way. But if there is like just a couple vegetables that you know you like, well, then just eat those and just be creative and prepare them in different ways that you never thought to put them before. Put them on a sandwich. You know, maybe, have you ever had cucumbers on a sandwich? Cucumbers on a sandwich is really good, by the way. So, you know, just try different creative ways to use these vegetables that you like, just so you can get them in. But also maybe, you know, just try something, like just buy one of a vegetable that you haven't tried in a long time to see if maybe you like them, or just look for a way to prepare it to think, you know, if you think you may like it that way. I never used to like squash when I was younger, but I eat zucchini now all the time, but I hated it when I was younger, but now I really like it. So I think your taste change as you get older. Number 6, try new recipes. As you guys know, I try at least 1 or 2 recipes every week. Just try something new. It doesn't even have to be a full recipe. It could just be a different way you prepare your food. But just try something new. I really think that is just key to success, is to mix things up. Don't get bored, or else you're going to blame the program, and it may not even be the program. It's just that you're just bored with what you're eating. But that's what's so great about Weight Watchers, again, is that it is not telling you you have to eat these certain foods. It's about you fitting it into your lifestyle. So yeah, so just try something new. Try to reach out there at Pinterest, or go on Instagram or on YouTube and try to find yourself a new recipe. At least try, if once a week is too often, try just a couple times a month. Just try something new. Number 7, track. I know it just seems obvious, but it really is so important to track. I feel like it's like the most important thing that you can do when it comes to Weight Watchers, or even if you're not doing Weight Watchers, it's important to track your food. I think just to write it down, even just keep a food diary. I feel like it's just so important. In the beginning, I pre-tracked, and I still do that sometimes. Sometimes I'll pre-track my entire day, so then I know how many points I have left. Plus, it kind of helps me. Like right now, I've been kind of on the struggle bus with, you know, mindless eating and snacking in between meals at work with things that I didn't plan on snacking on. So I find if I pre-track, then I already know, okay, wait, you only have 4 points left. So if you want that, you can't eat this, or if you want that, it has to be less than 4 points. So it's, you know, if I want that extra coffee in the day, I know how many points I have left if I need that extra coffee for the day. So it just, you know, pre-tracking kind of helps, especially in the beginning, to see, you know, to kind of keep yourself from that mindless snacking. Number 8, meal prep. Now, I know, you guys. A lot of you guys tell me that you're scared to meal prep, or you think you don't want to spend all day in the kitchen. But you guys have seen my videos. You know that I do not let myself spend more than 1 to 2 hours a week in the kitchen for meal prepping. Now, it does take me a little bit longer because I'm filming it for you guys, so that does take a little bit of time. But really, you guys can do it. You can do it in less than an hour in your kitchen every week, even if it's just one thing that you prep. So do you work outside the home like myself? Then prep your lunches for the week. You know, and you don't have to do the same thing every single day. I know some people like that. I wish I was that way. I wish I was the type of person that could eat the same lunch every single day, because you know how good that'd be on my budget? Yeah. So, but I can't. So I can eat it twice a week though. So that's what I've been doing, is trying to come up with 2 to 3 meals to meal prep for the week for work. Is breakfast a big thing for you? You get bored of breakfast? Well, prep breakfast of the week. Is getting dinners ready? That's another thing that I try to prep sometimes. Since I do work outside the home, I like to do any little prep that I can for dinners to make dinners faster when I get home from work. Just try it one time and you guys will be addicted. I have to tell you guys, I think meal prep has been the key to my success, the #1 thing that has helped me. I think even for stay-at-home moms or work-at-home moms, or, you know, whatever, I think that would help you guys as well too, because it's so easy to get, especially if you're like a homeschooling mom and you get so caught up in, you know, your day. It's just like a regular day for us who work. I mean, you're busy, so you stop for lunch, but if lunch is already made for you, you have some extra time to do other things. So meal prep, just try it, you guys. Just try it. Number 9, set achievable goals. Don't jump right out of the gate and say, okay, I'm going to lose 50 pounds this year. Okay, you may, and there's people who do. But if you're like me and you lose like a turtle, it's not going to happen probably in the first, you know, time. Now, if you are, this is another thing that you can get really caught up on really easily, is like, especially if you have not been on any type of journey, you lose your weight fast in the beginning, but then it kind of tends to taper down. It's because your body, you may be eating junk food, drinking soda, drinking juices, not watching your portion sizes, all that stuff. So all of a sudden, your body, you're just like, oh, yay, look what you're doing. And you lose a lot of weight very quickly in the beginning, but then it starts to taper off and you start to get discouraged. Don't worry about that, but set your achievable goals. So just set a goal, and if you want to reward yourself, and do it in small increments. So even if it's like 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever you want to do, but make them achievable. That way you don't feel like a failure if you don't hit your goals. So you need to make it to where you're going to be successful. Don't set yourself up for failure. Number 10, keep healthy snacks on hand at all times. If you're like me, again, I have 2 adults, I have 2 teenage boys and a husband. They like to snack. They have a lot of snacky foods that I can't eat. So I like to have things that I can eat on hand at all times. So whether it be fruit, vegetables, if I need to have something salty, I try to have like pop chips or popcorn. If you want something sweet, I try to have, some of the low-calorie ice cream. I even have like different protein bars. I just try to have something in my house all the time that I can snack on. Peanut butter, sometimes I'll try to save like 3 points to have a tablespoon of peanut butter, or I use PB2. So just keep certain things, keep some snacks with you at all times. Number 11, weigh and measure every single thing. That's going to be something you really want to do in the beginning for sure, is just get yourself a food scale, and they're really cheap. You can find them for really cheap on Amazon, Walmart, whatnot. They're not very expensive anymore. And just measure it. I tend to do it in grams because I feel like every package has grams on the back, and I feel like you get more bang for your buck with doing grams. So I measure out everything, weigh and measure every single thing, even 0-point foods. Now I'm gonna get some backlash on this, I know, because I see this sometimes. A lot of people don't agree with measuring and weighing 0-point foods, but in my mind, 0 points does not mean 0 calories. I think it's very important to keep track of your 0-point foods. So I don't necessarily like weigh like my carrots, but I know that I could easily eat one of those pound bag of baby cut carrots in one sitting. So I forced myself to try to stick to about, the package says 3 ounces as a serving. I know just from many years of weighing all my things that I kind of know what about a 3 to 5 ounce serving looks like. So I try to keep about 3 to 4 ounces of carrots. My chicken, since chicken is just newly 0 points on Weight Watchers, I am just in the habit of doing a 4 to 5 ounce chicken cutlet. So I still weigh it. I mean, I do now, but I don't obsess over it as much if it's like 5.25. I think, okay, that's fine. That's about the same. But I also try to weigh out my yogurt because I can overeat the plain non-fat Greek yogurt because you guys, you know, way before freestyle, I ate that a lot anyway. So, but I weighed it. And I did get kind of out of hand when freestyle first started, and I thought, oh, I can have, and I would put myself too much in my bowl, and I still didn't finish it all, but it was just getting greedy because I knew they were 0 points. So I do weigh it out. I just try to keep it around a serving size because I think portions is really important when you're trying, because they still have calories, like I said. Just 0 points does not equal 0 calories. So again, it's kind of a controversial subject in the Weight Watcher world, but you do have to do you, whatever your body. Like I said, this is just my experience, but I really truly believe if you're just starting out, just even weigh out your 0-point foods. And finally, number 12, give yourself some grace. You know, if you've never been on any kind of program before, if you've never been on Weight Watchers before, it's about creating a new lifestyle. You know, everybody does this for different reasons. Now, for me, it was because I wanted to be healthier, and I'm using Weight Watchers as a framework, using the points as a guide for a healthier lifestyle. You know, and I want to lose weight, of course. But when you first start out, if you don't know the program, you don't know what you're doing, it's really easy to not lose in the first few weeks. Or you may lose the first week because you're doing really good, and then a couple other weeks after that you gain, or you don't lose anything at all. Don't get discouraged. Just give yourself some grace. Give yourself some time to learn the program, to learn what works for you, to figure out your body. If you have been neglecting the signals your body have been giving you for so many years, it's really easy to not recognize those signals. So you may be thinking you're hungry when you really just need to drink some water. You could be, you know, not realizing that your body's reacting negatively to a certain food. And just listen to your body. Give yourself some grace. Don't get discouraged. Love yourself through this process. Give yourself the time that it needs to learn how the program works. And just don't forget that you're doing this for yourself, doing this for your family. Don't forget your why. So here are my tips for success on Weight Watchers. Let me know if you have any questions down below, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye, guys.